I'll mute Video Ninja and I'll check.
All right, let's see here. I can see my little voice meter bouncing up and down in my mixer, so I think we're actually all back. So after a fantastic,
You're good to go.
Yep, after a fantastic Gary Con again this year, and we can actually spend a little bit of time here at the outset just saying what our favorite thing was, if you were there. I welcome everybody back. We have actually one new player this time, and we are going to actually have to retire Lager for the time being as well. So we definitely wish Chad and his family well. They're doing some very smart things and focusing on some things that are very important to them. So Lager and Dwarven Justice will definitely be something that we carry forward, but we will not be carrying Lager forward right now too. So, but we definitely welcome our Pyromaniac, Jared, back to Gary Con Live. So most of you are probably aware that Jared is our GM, is a third GM who regularly runs games here for us, but that creativeness that he brings to actually coming up with all of his adventures, he brings to his characters too, and they are some really unique characters. So we will let him introduce Azra to us here when it is appropriate. But Jared, welcome in. We're glad to have you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the invite. Really.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, you are always welcome. All right, so let's actually just reminisce for just a second. For those of us that were able to go to GaryCon again this year, it was fantastic. It was the biggest and in a lot of ways the best yet. I can touch on a little bit of that. I'll do it after the rest of you say something. So Eric, why don't we start with you? What did you see or experience that you thought was just most memorable for you?
Well, every time, kind of to your point, it feels like it gets better, and a lot of that I think is because I get to see people again and kind of have these kind of growing relationships, either be visiting or playing with them. So there was a lot of that. I was able to coordinate and get in a few games with people that I knew really well, and again, got to meet one of my heroes, Dan Weiss from Game of Thrones, and he's so super kind and takes time to talk to you. The games are super fun. Played a mix of 5e and 1e, and it's great. The environment's fantastic, and the variety of games and seminars are also great. I only have good things to say. My daughter goes there every year, and she had a good time again too.
Yeah, and if you ever have to choose between you and your daughter, we'll take Erica. Okay.
I know that. That's pretty much everybody.
Well, I enjoyed seeing both of you and getting to play, a little bit of Magic with Erica, and she's met a number of the people that are important to me in that group too. So it was definitely good seeing Erica and chatting with everybody. So Bart, you were busy. What did you do?
I got to volunteer and then help with the charity auction. We raised over $85,000 for Children's Wisconsin. That was amazing. I think it was actually closer to 90 when it was all said and done. But so it was maybe even more. So anyways, that was a lot of fun. My favorite part is always getting to see a lot of the people that we play with regularly or IDM for Gary Con Live. So that was a lot of fun. I was just talking to Eric. Like we got to see each other at least once, passing in an elevator. But that is, to me, always the best part is getting to see people in person that we've been playing with and or sitting in with a game with them. So that was a lot of fun. And as always, the artists and the game designers and getting to meet people that, influence not only the games that I like to play, but the kind of games that I create. That's always the best part. So yeah, I had a blast. I can't wait for next year.
Mm-hmm. So last year we started something new with the Founders and Legends tournament, and this year it moved so that it was within the same week, but earlier in the week, and that was definitely a highlight as well. there was a lot of there was drama last year. There's drama this year as far as the tournament itself was concerned. But that was definitely my second favorite next to the charity auction. I'm always about what can we do to help out, especially with Children's Hospital in Wisconsin. So, but as far as the drama was concerned, going into the last session, one team had done just a great job and had led most of the way, and they had gotten out early to a big points lead because they'd done so well early. But there was another team that just kept doing really well and climbing back into it and getting getting closer and creeping closer and closer. And that was the guys who had won last year. And so when you went into the final round, you had the guys from last year just 1 point out from the guys who were leading this time, and it truly was. It was the dice gods that determined exactly what happened. So the two groups, the group who was leading was in with Mike Merles, and the group who had won it last year was in with Sir Andrew Scott Perry. And Andrew is known, like he is a no nonsense, really a one E D&D fan, and he is meaning like you die, and it's not an easy thing to get through. Andrew kept rolling critical fails for his creatures and monsters, and in one fell swoop, we had 3 people that were beheaded with a Vorpal blade in Mike Merle's games. Three team members that were beheaded all at once in Mike Merle's game. So it was like crazy how good Mike's rolls were, and then how poor Andrew's rolls were, and I guess that we've already announced who the winners were, so it's no secret or anything like that. But for those of you listening and watching this for the first time, the winners last year came back and won again this year. So it was not a Vorpal blade. Okay, so I'm being corrected. So feel free to correct me on exactly what it was, but I know that there was a lot of massive damage that Mike was doing to take down 3 people in one fell swoop. So, all right. So, no. All right. You just tell us what it is, Tempest, okay? Let us know where the DM was wrong, and then I appreciate your being accurate, but you'll pay for it next time you're in a game. All right. Not that I'm a vengeful DM or anything like that. And by the way, if you're not aware, Tempest is actually my daughter, and when she plays in Jay Scott's games, I actually pay for the privilege of having him get advantage on rolls against her. So she knew that it was coming too before it ever happened. So it's a nice family rivalry. All right. Anything else we need to touch on, Bart, before we jump in with both feet?
I want to mention something real super quick because it's very specific to our group. I felt like I was talking too long, so I stopped, but then I was like, I need to mention this. So I played in Alicia Marie's game, both sessions, and she's fantastic. So anybody here who's watching, if you ever joined her in D&D in the Castle or another convention, she put a lot of work into it, a lot of props, a lot of moments, a lot of acting. It was super fun, so I highly recommend that. Also, I want to mention it was awesome to play with Ladybird. I saw a girl sitting next to me, said Ladybird, and I thought, it's just a nickname some people use sometimes. I didn't think it was actually her because she never communicated she was coming, and then she made it clear. So it was cool because I got to play with her as well. So I want to mention both those things.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So, and Ladybird's here and in chat. She is my producer, and we have grown what we're doing by leaps and bounds in the last year, and Ladybird, a lot of that's on your shoulders, and I really appreciate everything that you've done to help us out. But she's also a great person. So, Yeah. Oh, definitely good to have her on our team. And there is no substitute for Alicia Marie, right? So she did a great job with helping run the cosplay contest too. So yeah. And who is it? I think Lady Bird actually in the cosplay contest is no longer allowed to enter the amateur contest too, right? Because she got second. Yeah, you got second. That's right. Congratulations to you, Lady Bird. She is multi-talented. She actually, sews and makes her own costume. So she did a great job, obviously, judged by the professionals. So, all right. Well, why don't we jump right back in then? And we'll do so with revisiting a number of different things. So on the map right now, you guys are standing in the middle of a room. There are doors out to either side. There are stairs that flank you as well to the north and to the south that go up in each direction. And you are standing next to what appears to be a portal of some sort. I will start just by describing this, and then we will revisit portals and loam and a number of other things. Because it has been a long time since we've been here, and I'm sure that everybody else needs to catch up too. But you are in a scorched room with ancient, what appears to be ancient soot around you. This fire gate in front of you blazes with a massive furnace-like enclosure. A sphere of flame spins lazily in the air, not in the ear, definitely not in the ear. Lazily in the air, licking the edges of an obsidian ring carved with jagged spiraling runes. Trails of ember light drift through the chamber like fireflies. The heat is intense, but somehow contained, drawn towards the swirling, unseen pull of the Leviathan engine below. Small troughs in the floor carry the ash of burnt offerings towards the threshold of the gate. As you might tell, I enhanced the description a little bit since we were last here too, but I thought that was appropriate. Gates are important. So Loam is your guide, and you met Loam back in the city, and definitely Teak and Loam hit it off really well to begin with, and let's just say there was a lot of mutual admiration, right, Teak?
Indeed. There was yeah. There was a lot of owl making owl eyes.
Yeah. And
at
Loam was
Loam.
equally impressed with with Teak too. But interestingly, you in the very recent past here, you guys had actually found where Loam was contained inside this fortress. And you were a little bit surprised by his appearance at that point. So, Teak, do you remember exactly what Loam looks like right now? I can bring up an image if need be.
I have it up.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'll share it for
Yeah,
everybody else, but you go ahead and describe him for everybody. So.
it's kind of like if a wooden warrior from Ferngully met, what is it, the rats of Neath? How do you say
Yeah,
that?
the Nim.
The rats of Nim?
Yeah.
Like garbage meets trees.
I love that description. That
sentient?
is fantastic. Yep. So, and I've shared it again with everybody, but you were a little bit surprised that this is what Loam appears to look like at this point. And with
Very
Loam's,
much catfishing. Catfishing happened.
that's right. So, but with Loam's assistance, though, you realize that there's more to this place than was obvious to begin with. You did find in the ballroom below you there was another portal, and that portal was the water portal, And I'll actually re-describe that water portal. But in addition to the water portal, there was actually a plaque in the room below you. So the water gate, and the water gate shimmered it was in the center of the ballroom below, and the water gate shimmered like a vertical pool of liquid glass. Silver condensation formed patterns of forgotten glyphs on the marble floor, and the air, it was humming with moisture down there. Ancient pipes and conduits wrapped around the frame, slowly pulsing to the rhythm of distant tides. It was almost like waves flowing through the pipes. But a faint whisper of crashing, I'm saying the same thing. Faint whisper of crashing waves seems to echo from within. Strange markings, barely legible, suggest the presence of something pure and elemental. So anyway, but there was a water gate below. But in that same room, there was also a plaque that Lone was able to interpret for you guys, right? So and you realize from Loam that it was written in the language of the ancient Yggdrasil. And so it read, let's see. All right, so it read, with the piercing gaze of the eye, channel the unwavering strength of the arm. Ignite the passion within the burning heart. Let the wings of the mind carry you to new heights. Illuminate the path with the radiant mind's eye. Explore the depths with the umbral core. In all of this, you will find nothing but the void. And you know from Loam as well that this was meant to be a cipher that would tell you basically in what order it is you need to address each of the portals in order to shut down the Leviathan engine. Now, the Leviathan engine, and on this map you can see it. I'm not sure that your characters can see it through this wall in here. Let me see if I properly did that. So, nope. Okay, so from this floor, you guys can't see that Leviathan engine, but from the ballroom, there was a glass wall through which you could actually see the Leviathan engine out there. And so it is in a large room to the east that spans at least 3 levels of this fortress. And so that Leviathan engine is what you are trying to shut down in order to prevent catastrophe, as Loam describes it, but it would definitely be something that would slow down or prevent Ireshkigal from being able to get this fortress back to the surface and become a terrible danger to everybody up top as well. So, all right. You additionally, let's see, you had been to the basement, and in the basement you had found a control room, and then you had also found, I think you guys found the other. Did you explore the room south of the, on the south side of the fortress? Do you know?
I'd have to see the map.
Okay.
I remember because we kind of split up, we're running all over the place towards the end of last session.
Yeah. Hold on just a minute. Let me bring up that other map. All right. All right. And go. All right. Oh, I keep forgetting exactly how this is done. I've actually got all of these maps on a, I've got them all on a single sheet, but you guys have explored most of this. I'm gonna show you what that bottom looks like and then share it for everybody watching the stream to see this as well. All right. All right. In our chat, here is that lower level, and it's that room on the south side that I'm not sure that you guys have explored yet. It was down in the other set of stairs. For everybody at home, this is what we were looking at. Okay. So Eric, had you explored that room down there?
I don't see it on. Okay, so I'm just looking only on the stream right now.
No, I was sharing it with you in our chat on Discord, in our Discord
okay.
chat.
Well, I was looking on the stream.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
okay.
yep,
So-
we saw that one.
Oh, you saw that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the Earth portal as well. So again, reminder and description of the Earth portal. Why is that low? It's trying to scroll and it was simply zooming in and zooming out and not scrolling. And my physical copy of the Fate of Chentoufi was sitting on my control key. So, all right. All right. The Earth Gate, embedded into a foundation wall of black stone. The Earth Gate glows with a dull earthen red, like the final embers of a long dead forge. Thick roots and fossilized vines twist through the chamber, framing the gate like hands clutching a precious gem. The air here smells of damp soil and iron. The heavy gate appears to grind open and closed along massive stone tracks, its surface carved with symbols of growth and decay. Dust constantly falls from the ceiling as if the fortress itself is straining against gravity. All right. So that was what you found down there. And then you had traveled up a level. So, and when you had gone up, and that was on the level that you had freed Loam from his physical imprisonment. Let's see. So when you had done that, you guys... Let's see, where did you go? You went actually up 2 levels. There was one that you saw, but you did not approach. And that I think is, yeah, that one I can describe for you. So let me just share this for you in our chat. Go. So again, please check. And in the middle of that one, in the middle of the one floor up, there are multiple rooms, and you had looked into or gone into, but then decided not to approach the portal that was in the middle, and you had continued on up because at the top of the stairs, then you also ended up having this elevator that carried you up another level to the top. And at the top, you actually found the air portal. Okay. And so I will describe both the null, I say portal, but portal gate, the null gate, which was the one that you kept moving on from, resting in the fortress's deepest sanctum. The null gate defies normal perception. Suspended in the middle of a spherical chamber, its tier it is a tear in reality itself through which nothingness spills. Around it floats the null stone, a jagged obsidian shard pulsing with an eerie stillness. The walls are carved with impossible geometries. and all sound dampens as if swallowed by the void. Strange metallic arms hold the nullstone in place, and residual magic lingers in the air like the afterstate of annihilation. The proximity to Ireshkigal's lair makes the entire area hum with dark purpose. And then the air portal. Let's go there. All right. And this was on the top floor in a smaller room. A slender cylindrical chamber houses the air gate, which hums with a high-pitched resonance. The gate itself resembles a crystal hourglass, except instead of sand, translucent wind currents twist and spiral inside, ever folding inward. Gusts whip around the cramped space, tugging at clothing and supplies, and the air tastes thin and sharp, as if stolen from a mountaintop. Any sound in the room is swiftly swallowed into silence by the relentless pull of the vacuum within. So you've identified all of those gates at this point. And the last set of gates were in the room with the coffin that not coffin, but what did we call the thing that that Loam came out of? Sarcophagus. Yeah, the sarcophagus that Loam came out of were two remaining gates, and it was a light and a dark gate. And in twin alcoves across from one another, basically within a construct in the middle of the room, the light and dark gates pulse in eerie harmony. The light gate radiates with soft golden glow, illuminating the area like a perpetual sunrise. Its surface is smooth, almost mirror-like, etched with lines of a radiant script. Hinged metal panels resembling petals or wings are folded back, waiting as if to seal the gate shut. So it was open, right? So that gate was open. The dark gate, in contrast, absorbs all light. A swirling void of shadow pulses within, and even the air feels heavier on this side of the room. Its cover is made of blackened iron plates hanging loose on ancient hinges, again ready to slam shut with a ritual of shadow. All right. So those were all of the gates that, again, Loam gave you reference to, and now, you were supposed to try to figure out exactly which gates to approach and try to shut down in what order. Okay?
Okay. So the one we're at now currently
It is the
appears to
fire
be the
gate.
fire gate because it's got all the ash and,
Yep.
and a burning ember. And the one we came in near was the water gate, correct?
Yes, that is correct. The one downstairs where you originally came in is the water gate. That's correct.
All right. I think I may have figured out at least the first couple of orders that we're supposed to do. Because let me read it again, make sure I'm not crazy. But then again, two are probably not mutually exclusive. So let's see here. So with the piercing gaze of the eye, which I'm guessing means like the eye of Chentoufi, which is the water artifact. So I'm guessing we would have to shut down the water one first. And I'm not sure about the unwavering strength of the arm, but ignite the passion sounds like the burning one.
Didn't we shut down the water one?
We shut down the fire one, and I thought
No, we shut down the water one. The fire one bit us in the butt.
All right. So
we fixed that the second time. Okay.
Oh wait, did we?
I thought we solved it.
So
Water one, yeah, you're right.
I think the fire one's the third one we're supposed to do. The second one, I'm trying to use process of elimination to try to figure out which one that is. It says, let the wings of the mind, I'm guessing that's air. Wings of the mind carry you to new heights. Illuminate's going to be the light path. And the depth, the umbral core, I'm guessing that's going to be the dark path. And nothing but the void sounds like the null path, which would leave what? Earth? Earth for the unwavering strength? I guess that makes sense. So that would mean we would do water, earth, fire, and then winds, and then light, then dark, then null.
Okay.
So if we did them out of order, is there a reset button?
Well, I wanted us to have this conversation because you just finished attempting to shut down the fire gate.
Okay.
Okay. So you just finished attempting to shut down the fire gate. And as we began to understand in our last session, that was not the right order.
Okay.
And so that's where we, in time here, we pick up the story and what happened. Okay. So as you guys are standing there, all of a sudden, from the fiery orb in the center, flame lances out, and it first strikes Lager, and you see Lager just reduced to nothing but dust.
Oh,
Okay. I need Constitution saving throws by all of you.
this doesn't sound good.
I thought we already got hit with this and we did our.
This is
Is this second time now, Garner?
fact, right? This isn't in the middle of trying to do things. This is an after effect. Okay.
Okay. So it's a separate thing.
Yes.
We're trying to find a way to get out of it, Garner.
All right. Sakim, fire lances out, and the rest of your party sees you reduced to ash.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Volric, you're standing there. This flame reaches out, and all of a sudden you are reduced to ash. Teak, you are a little nervous as you see flame reach out and lance into you as well. Teak, you are standing now on the side of an active volcano. Okay? You are actually in woods, in a wooded area, but upslope from you right now, you see like it opens and there is there only scrub bushes and stuff like that going up, but you are relieved, Teak, to see Lager and Sakim and Volric standing next to you, but you also see another person standing there as well. So Azra, would you like to describe yourself to them?
That'd be you, Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro, that's you, buddy. I know Azra. Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. So, hold on. I had her.
Describe Azra to everybody else.
So, up ahead, where you see a figure appears, still and solitary. The robes, the color of distant storms, trail behind her, untouched by dust. Her skin glimmers faintly blue in the sun, like moonlight on a still pond. She does not raise her voice. She simply lifts her chin towards you as if expecting you. Her eyes are old but not tired. She speaks softly as if not to disturb the dunes. You've strayed from the path, but not beyond it. She turns and walks towards you and looks at each of you curiously.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a quick break because I am bleeding like a stuck pig from a bad shaving wound this morning. So, yeah, I know. So I apologize, y'all, but let us take a quick break and we'll be back in 10 minutes here.
I cast healing word.
I need it right now. Yeah, there's a fair amount of blood right now. So.
Take care, bro. We'll be ready.
Yep. All right, welcome back from our break. All right, so everybody is now standing on the side of a active volcano. You're at the edge of the tree line. You are watching, watching smoke come out of this volcano. You don't see any lava headed your way. However, the ground is shaking. You can see above you, the top of the mountain is starting to crumble into wherever the smoke is coming from right now. As you guys are standing there, let's see. I'll start with Lager, and Lager is going to actually. He is looking around at what's going on, and he goes and he steps forward and picks up some of the dirt and the sand. It is very gritty dirt. And so he is interested in the fact that it's actually got some special color to it, which is actually a true thing that around volcanic areas the sand gets actually a lot of extra color to it as well. So there is a lot of blue in the sand here, and so Lager is very interested as he goes up to some of where the sand is and picks it up. So, I'll actually just go down the list of how you guys are listed in the combat tracker for me right now too. But Volric, what do you do?
So how far away is the volcano, or am I not there? That's only.
It's a mountain, right? It's a mountain. It's a volcano. You are on the side of the volcano. Okay, you are right where the tree line ends. The entire group is there, and so. You are actually watching this volcano as it starts to, not starts to, but continues to, be enveloped in volcanic activity right now.
Okay, and anything pulled my attention the most because you described a few things.
You want me to describe something better?
Yeah, describe it better. No, I'm sorry, sir. Is there anything that stands out amongst the stuff that you described? Something that maybe seems of more importance to investigate?
Other than the fact that the only thing that really stands out to you right now is that there's another person standing here with you.
Okay, so right now it's just really focused on this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, you live around here?
All right, Azra, we'll let you go ahead and go next.
I do not live around here.
All right.
However, I do not live anywhere. But I definitely am not from. And she looks at the fire coming off the mountain with a scowl, as if it's an enemy, a thing that she would be against. But she seems, I'm looking around and trying to get a sense of where I'm at. I'd look at the stars if there's stars above me to get a sense of navigation.
Mm-hmm. We will say that it is nighttime. Part of the sky, the part towards the mountaintop, is obscured by the smoke, haze, and the light from the fire that's inside the mountain. You do not see the fire, but you see the light from the fire reflected off of all of the smoke billowing out of the mountaintop. You gaze, though, away from the mountain, and you can see the sky. This is a sky like none you've ever seen before. The stars are actually much brighter than you're expecting. They look as if the stars are much closer than where you came from. The same is true for the rest of you as well.
So I am no longer in my desert.
You are no longer in your desert. That is a good way to describe it.
Well, so if you're not from around here, how did you get here? Uber?
I was leading a caravan who had got lost to an oasis. And suddenly I was not. And I am just here. I do not understand what here is for or why. Why are you here? Maybe your purpose will understand my purpose. Why are you here?
We're trying to solve an elaborate set of riddles to save the world.
I was not aware the world was in danger. What world do you speak of?
So Chentoufi is just the setting, right? Is it the world?
Okkorim. Okkorim's the world, and Chentoufi's the city where we hail from.
Thank you. I had it backwards. I said, well, Okkorim, of course.
Ah, Okkorim is in danger. Okay.
Yeah, Witch Queen from the Drissid Empire wants to come back to life and raise her crypt above the seas. So we're trying to stop it from happening. Because it seems like it'd be really bad for business in Chentoufi, and I'm the president of the Commerce Society, so we need to make sure that the business keeps coming in.
He's a thief.
No. just an interested businessman. That's all.
All right.
Okay.
Teak, what do you do? Markia?
Oh, you're muted, I think.
Yeah. It was a separate window that I was muted on, and I couldn't find the window. Teak is sitting there, and let's say in that last fire attack from when we were hit with the fire gate before, Teak had like a oilskin bag of like sugar. I think during that he had like a handful of that, and it got like flash fired, and now he's just been like kind of turning it into like this little ornate sugar, let's say sugar version of loam, the construct. So he's been like using that with like his little claws and everything to make this little sugar loam construct, and then looks up at Azra. Looks over at the new character, and then puts forth this the sugar sculpture to them.
Okay. I will take the sugar sculpture and create one made of water and offer it in trade. Something similar to it. It looks like a water nymph or a water dryad, if you will. Something that reminds you of kind of an oasis in the middle of a desert. And I exchange that with you. And I actually look very lovingly at this gift you have brought me, as if I have done this before, like this kind of trading ritual. And it gives you maybe the sense of like going to an oasis and drinking water, right? And you're thirsty, so I kind of offer you the oasis sculpture, if you will, as like a drink of water. And sure enough, pretty much the only thing you can do with it is, if you're thirsty, you can drink the oasis dryad sculpture.
Perfect. Teak looks over at you and is like, "Yeah, you're okay. You want to join us in solving unsolvable puzzles? There's no answer to these puzzles, by the way."
I can certainly try to help. I would like to get back to my desert, and if I can help, yeah, sure.
We could always use another equally confused companion.
We'll just tell you which lever to pull and back up slowly.
Well, so trying to be creative, but I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves. But as you stand around, conversing with Azra, you see Lager, turn towards you, and once again, each of you in your in your gut, you feel a tugging, and you see. Teak, you are the last for this to happen to again, but you see each of your companions disappear except Lager, but Azra has disappeared as well again this time. So Azra's gone, Helith is gone, Sakim is gone, Volric's gone, and it's just you and Lager standing there looking at each other. And the tugging gets to too much for you to not that you're fighting it, but to do anything about it. And all of a sudden you are pulled again into nothingness, and then you reappear back in the room with the fire gate where you were. But apparently it seems that. Lager was not transported here, and instead Azra was transported here. Loam is standing there in the room now, and he was not standing here previously. So let me actually make sure that you can see him. Yep, there we go. All right, so Loam is actually standing here in the room right next to you, Teak, and he's like, "Oh, thank goodness," and he's really more or less addressing this to you, Teak. But he says, "I thought you were lost, but I was able to locate you thanks to Teak's focus on my, physical form, and." I was able to locate you and bring you back, but he looks around the room and he's a little bit shocked to see Azra standing there instead of Lager standing there right now. Continue. What is it that the actress says? Talk amongst yourselves.
I say we get Loam to click-clack us on down to the Earth Gate. I think that's where we need to be going next.
Oh, the Earth Gate. But what about your friend? Where's the dwarf?
Weren't you supposed to bring him?
And
You're loaming it up.
He looked nervous. He looks worried. Actually, he doesn't look nervous or worried. He sounds nervous and he sounds worried. His expression doesn't change much. So.
Yeah, Teak is blushing big time and kind of like kicking the ground a little bit. It's like, I can only focus on so many people at a time.
Done, friend.
Loam never did like Lager.
Yeah. What? I think we all love dwarven justice. I'm just saying.
Loam's behavior is a little suspicious. That's all.
All right. Well, I did make sure that we can blame it on Loam and not on any of y'all. So. All right. So Loam reminds you that you need to go back through one of the rooms, either to the north or the south, and then down the stairs. And then after you have gone down the stairs, you can go back into the ballroom, and from the ballroom, end up going to where you need to be.
Okay, then I guess that's where we want to go, right, guys?
All right. We'll go. I'll go ahead and so you go to the ballroom, and then you go south to get to the stairwell that leads you into the fire gate room.
Well, we're going to the Earth Gate room, right?
I'm sorry.
We just came from the fire gate.
At the fire gate. Yes. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
leading you to the Earth Gate room. All right, so back to the Earth Gate room. I have now dropped the party into the Earth Gate room, and I'm going to synchronize our views here so you guys... Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong button. Wrong button, Kronk. All right. View. There we go. Sync climb view. All right, you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That should be so each of you can see this map again. All right, so you are now in the Earth portal room again. Again, remember there's dust, but it's like earth and grit and stuff like that. That also is shaking down from the ceiling as you guys are standing here. Let me go back to my description here. All right, so I need perception checks from each of you as you enter the room again. Okay?
Okay.
Eric, you're doing really well. Wow, Sakim. Great. Azra, you got your head kind of bowed right now, I guess. Teak. That's very good, Teak. All right, so Teak, you notice very quickly that the chamber is filled with petrified roots and crumbling soil. Sakim, you notice, well, actually, I'll come back to you. Volric, you notice that there's a dead plant nearby, but no fresh leaves. Okay? Sakim, you notice that there's a mural above the gate. Like, as you're looking at, you know, some of the dust that's sifting down, you realize that it's more than just kind of a dirty ceiling. It's a mural above the gate that shows a figure laying a leaf on a stone altar, which then glows and seems to become, you know, something else. So in the mural itself, right? Something's happening, but you can't really make out what happens after the, you know, after it glows.
Okay. Can I tell whether or not the gate is open?
So right now, I mean, with how much time has passed, let's see. Got to go back to the order that these things start up. So yes, at this point, this gate is active.
Okay. Then I say we all investigate it to see if we can figure out how to shut it down.
Okay.
Does anybody have any skills to bless anybody?
Our cleric is not here right now. How
yes,
about you?
Your cleric could take care of that, couldn't she? All
Yeah,
right.
she should probably bless all of us so we can investigate this and
All right.
come up with a way to correct it.
All right. So, I don't have a record of how many spells have been used. We're going to assume that she's got a full cadre of spells. I'm sorry. I don't know. All right. So she would want to cast this at a 3rd level in order to bless everybody. Okay. So checking that off. And then providing bless for each person. All right. Volric, you've been blessed. Oh, Volric, you've got a lot of things on you. I need to look at that. I think that's twice blessed. Yes, now you're twice blessed. I think we had blessed still on us from previous. Well, some of us did. Sakim, you did not. So Sakim, you get bless. Heleth has bless on. Let's see. So, Azra, you are the last one. You get bless as well. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, and real quickly, I can hear the magical effects going off like they're supposed to with our Sirenscape sound effects. But for people that are listening and watching, can you verify that the sound effects are not too loud? I would appreciate that. So, Lady Bird, you're probably the best one to give me feedback on that. All right. So, right. So she has blessed you all. And thank you. Appreciate that, Coffin. Or it's Colin. Looked like Coffin there for a second. Okay.
You cut yourself one time, you get all dark, man. Whew.
No, kind of really dark. Okay. So now what are we gonna do?
You mentioned you mentioned a plant that was dead but didn't have fresh leaves. But if it was dead, did it look like it was long time dead or recently dead? Like I'm confused.
So
You said there's a dead plant and
Right.
there wasn't fresh leaves.
so it's dead, but it's not decayed and gone. So I don't know. Anybody got any
So-
experience with nature?
I mean, I'll just go ahead and try it anyway. It'll be a crap roll, but he's interested. To see if
All
there's
right,
anything.
nature check.
This is nature check.
Yep.
Okay, -1 incoming.
All
13.
right, 13. Good enough for you to say that this plant appears to be something that the way that it looks, you think that if it were long-term dead, that it would have, like years dead, that it would have, fallen and decayed. And this thing is not fallen and decayed. It's just, a dead shrub, right? No leaves, anything like that.
Can I do a survival check on it?
Sure.
Because if not, he's putting it in his mouth. Okay.
Oh, you're hilarious.
So you think that it might make some good, toothpicks? You're not really sure.
Well, we know what Tick's gonna do.
We asked, does Azra have any knowledge of nature that she might be able to share?
So there's a bush in this room, and you interact with the bush in order to turn the gate off. Am I understanding that?
That's what we're asking you if you can figure out for us, because we're not sure.
Okay.
Tick's about to lick it, so.
I'm a city boy, so I don't really know.
So this is an elemental earth gate.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna remind you guys of the things that you
I can't be reminded because I'm brand new.
perceived. No, when you guys just got to this room. Come on.
This is my first time.
It's everybody's. Well,
I'm-
not everybody's
I'm
first
just
time.
trying. I was like, what did you guys do in the fire room? Because it seems like you guys went to a fire portal and then you were at a volcano. So was there a bush in that room? Did you set it on fire?
So this is what we know. The chamber is filled with petrified roots and crumbling soil. There is a mural above the gate, which we're trying to close. And the mural shows a figure placing a leaf on a stone altar, which then glows and locks a fortress into the ground.
Yeah, that last part was wrong. It just glows. That's all you get. So
Okay.
sorry about that. Yeah.
I'm guessing it probably locks the fortress.
You know nothing. You know nothing.
There's a dead plant nearby with no fresh leaves, but I'm thinking we probably need a fresh leaf. So I think we need somebody with some serious nature juju to put some wick back in that into that plant.
So mayhaps that this plant needs water in order to produce a leaf.
All right,
Oh, I have water.
give me an intelligence check, Azra.
Not my strong suit, but
Give me a nature check, Azra. You got nature?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
got nature. Well, sort of. I have.
Sort of.
Where? Hold on. So I'm a druid, and if I do something with, here we go. In addition, your mystical connection to nature gives you a bonus to your intelligence. The bonus equals your wisdom modifier. So basically, when I make a knowledge nature check, I add my wisdom to it.
Yeah,
All right,
you had your
so-
skill proficiency as well as your
So hold on. So
Wisdom.
I need to do put a 5 here. I need to change this and put this
Yep.
as a 5. Nope, that's a 6. 5. And okay, and now hold it and roll it.
Let's see. Check what the DC was real quickly.
So the question was, if I add water to a plant, will it help it grow?
I mean, you think that makes sense in a normal environment.
Yes, so I guess specifically in this environment, would this plant with a right proportion of water respond in a mystical way?
Well, you also know that it would certainly take magic, like of some sort, because water doesn't just make dead plants grow, right? I mean, you know that.
True.
So Mark says, he looks down and says, I saw a rubber plant that was dead once. It bounced back. I'm contractually obligated. I just like to let you know that GaryCon requires me once an hour to have at least one pun. So that was against my.
Yeah. It's why we love you.
do you have any druidic spells that might be able to make it grow?
I could infuse it with. I could ask it, with spell power, to reveal its secrets, or perhaps ask it to grow a leaf for us.
Yeah, give us some plant whisper.
Sure. I mean, there's, you got druidcraft, you got elementalism, purify food and water. That might, you never know what that might do on a plant.
I think druidcraft should be able to work, right? I don't know. I'm guesstimating here.
I mean, I could go full commune nature if we need to.
Wait a second. Don't we have? And then Teak is like kind of scratching his head a little bit. Just like we have a thing that makes a lot of water. Did we have like access to a water god, or like water from a?
Here I am, right here.
Weapon.
Yeah, so I have that trident that can shoot water, if you remember that one. But it's like kind of a weapon, but I could probably finagle it to do something non-destructive.
So let's do it with both. Why not both? Let's do both.
I mean, I can definitely create water. That's not a problem for me at all.
I'll do like I'm a super soaker, just like a.
All right. So Volric, you use your super soaker trident. That's that may stick. That really may stick. But you use your super soaker trident, and you almost snap the dead shrub off, but you stop just before. You rip a couple of small dead branches off, but the whole thing doesn't snap off, and you stop and don't see any difference as of completing your super soaker action.
No effect? What are you talking about?
It's wet. It's wet in there now. It's kind of muddy too. It's all turned into a slurry from the dirt that has been sifting down onto the floor.
All better for our druid to be able to do some Reiki with the plants.
Oh, now it's wet. I can talk to it.
Shower.
I'm not good. I'm not good with dry, flaky skin. It's gross.
All right. So what are you going to try to do, Azra?
I'm going to try to coax out a life and leaf with a simple druidcraft spell.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of like make a rose kind of bloom or whatever.
Exactly.
Same principle here. Just
Yep.
pull out a
So,
leaf.
At the end of the strongest branch, form two leaves that basically surround a bloom. The bloom is actually it's not a rose, but it's kind of got a flower petal within a flower petal. More like what say a rhododendron or an azalea bloom is going to look like. So that forms, and it is a beautiful orange and kind of a salmon pink color to it.
So,
Okay.
is there anything that looks like the altar?
So the edge of the gate does look like it could serve as an altar.
Thinking we should place one of the leaves on there.
Let us begin the ritual.
You're up, Druid.
All right, everybody's gonna need to gather around. Okay, I'm gonna need some type of drum beat, just some kind of low thuddy, something like that. I'm gonna need somebody to do some kind of like a humming, but more like a baritone type of and then I'm gonna need somebody to do a dance, right? In a circular pattern is always, whether you're drum beat or humming, just think of it in circles, right? We're kind of round and round, and I'm going to need somebody to do that dance. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the back of the room with the leaves high above my head, okay? All right, and I'm just gonna kind of come forward like a wave, just moving slowly, and then I'm just going to place it. Now, here's the thing: as I come forward, we all got to you increase it just a little bit, right? So you started a 1 with your dance, but then by the time I hit the altar, you're at a 10 with that dance. You know what I'm saying?
I need something. Hold on. I need something. So I need to understand which one of those things that Peak was taking care of, and then which one of those things Sakim was taking care of. So Teak, you roll first. Let me ask you, which one of those things were you taking care of?
Let's do the twirling circles
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Teak, so
Dancer.
you rolled a 1. Tell me exactly how that played out for you.
Okay. So let's say that Teak builds it up in his mind, everything that he's gonna do. He's picturing these like swooshes and twirls is gonna happen. He's gonna combine land with air to have those elements for everybody. And he's built it up so much in his mind that he like kind of starts like breathing really heavy, like kind of hyperventilating. He thinks he's pumping himself up, but he's psyching himself out. And as soon as he's ready to go for it, he trips over his own claws and face plants into the mud.
Ladies and gentlemen, elemental air has entered the room. Okay, the dancer has brought in the elemental air. Just want to put that out. I'm bringing water.
Okay, wait. He was doing one of the other things for you. Sakim, what were you doing for him?
Well, I guess if she was doing the dance, then I will be doing the percussion and the murmuring.
So tell me what a 27 on your percussion and murmuring does for them.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, at a 27, that room is you got the whole place thumping. Okay, right? There's bass in this room.
Exactly.
Okay, you brought the earth. You know what I'm saying? we got wind, we got water, we got earth.
Right.
All we need now is a little fire, man. Where are we going to get the fire? My man over there with the dad jokes.
Right.
Bring the fire.
So, Azra, do you lay the bloom and the leaves on the edge of the gate?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So when you lay the blooms on the edge of the gate, they're actually now stone blocks that start to move as if the gate is now going to close. They seem to be stuck, though. They seem to grind to a halt. They're not moving anymore.
We're gonna need to increase our tempo. Okay. You guys are at a 9. I need you to 10. All right. I need you to go higher. Also, if there's grinding, we're gonna need to add some type of lubrication. So obviously more water. Okay. So I'm gonna need to like water, right? Like more trident. We need more trident.
More super soaker.
Paint the room. Trident. Muddy the waters in here. Okay.
All right.
All right. We need water in here.
Is Bless on yet? Does that happen for these rolls?
Bless is
I
on.
can't believe he got a 1.
Yeah. So and you got Teak. You've definitely got Bless on, but it's only attacks and saves, not skill checks that Bless specifically helps out with.
So Teak is going to attack the air.
Yes. That's bringing it right there. Attack the air with your dance.
Yes. It's like martial arts attacking the air.
Shadowboxing.
Okay, guys, the gate itself has what appears to be, and I'm sorry if I didn't describe it well enough, but like it's trying to close. These stone blocks are trying to move into place to close it, and they do appear to be jammed. So, are we trying water? What are we trying to help?
Yeah, let's try washing it out with water and or moving anything that looks like, if there's anything obvious blocking where those stones need to go, let's try to get it out of there.
It looks like things are, when you examine it, Sakim, it looks like things just don't seem to be lined up just right as those slabs are trying to pivot into place to seal the gate. And so it's more like a door that's on a hinge that's cocked sideways and catching and not fitting. It's almost like a square peg in a round hole type problem right now.
Okay. I've got some oil. I could try to pour some oil and see if we can lubricate it.
We also need to just move some stones, like turn them in a certain way so that they align properly. Alignment is always almost important in rituals. You gotta have good alignment. If you get the alignment off, you could summon something horrible.
All right. So I hear water. I hear oil. I hear wanting to align it. So you physically want to push it is what you're saying, to push it back into alignment?
Well, now that you said all this, and I don't really want to bring this up, but we have not included fire at all. And although I don't have any respect for the element of fire as a water genasi, okay, I will say that we probably have to include a little bit of fire. Does anybody have any fire?
I don't know. I think we got burnt enough last time that we're probably good.
I don't have fire, but I have a joke that's fire.
Perfect. Even better. Let's get fire without using actual fire.
Did you hear about the beaver that found his home was on fire? He said, "Hot damn."
Right, that one I will use again.
Perfect.
I have sacred flame. I just wanted to hear the joke.
Thank you. You're the best. The best. Thank you for letting me just do my dumb joke first.
I love it. I love it.
So, Volric, are you going to wet it down with your?
Yep. I have one more shot of Super Soaker.
Okay. All right. So, Volric, you wet it
kinda
down
roll
with
it.
your Super Soaker. Try to blow out any, grit or anything like that. That's preventing it from moving into place. All right. You've attempted to do that. It does not immediately begin to move after you make that attempt.
Okay. I kind of figured.
All right.
He's having a blast, though. It doesn't matter. He's having so much fun. It doesn't matter.
After he washes it off, I apply some oil to try to lubricate it, and then I help the druid start to try to push the blocks into the correct place to
All right.
slide home.
All right. So, Druid, why don't you give me since he's helping you here, and there's oil and water has been used. Druid, why don't you give me an athletics check to try to align this thing?
Okay.
All right. So it begins with advantage. With advantage, please.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
There we go.
Okay. Even with your 15, it doesn't even begin to budge right now. Like you feel like you just didn't have the strength to attempt this thing.
Maybe we need Volric's fuse.
As both of you sit there and work toward this, cracks start actually developing in the floor.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not good.
You look above, cracks are developing in the ceiling, and I need a dexterity saving throw from everybody.
Increase the water supply.
Eric,
Need more water.
so, Eric, it says that you disconnected. You got a set of regular dice in your hand?
It's coming. I
Okay.
got kicked out.
Okay. Yep. All right. Okay.
Yeah. If you want, anybody can roll for me.
Yeah, I can do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because everybody else has made their dex saves.
I have a 10 dex, and that's
Yep.
it. I have no bonuses. Just roll for me.
So it'll just be straight up, huh?
Oh, I guess if I have bless, I guess you get plus D4 for saving
Yep.
throws.
Okay. Yeah, it should. Let's see. Yeah, it did. It added to it. Ooh, you really didn't want me to roll that.
That's all right.
All right. Volric tries to dodge out of the way of the falling piece of earth and block, but he happens to step right under it, and Volric had hit you right in the head. Okay, so there is.
Do you happen to put it back on track when he does so?
All right, so Volric, you take 12 points of damage. Everybody else takes 6.
What is it?
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
do
got-
my evasion.
Yeah, you got
Same
evasion.
here. Same here.
All right,
What kind of damage is that?
it's actually crushing damage.
You mean blunt or?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bludgeoning.
Yeah, so it'd be -3 then.
Okay. All right, so that'll be that, and then I'll take the 3 off. Okay, there you go. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Everybody else takes. Well, I say everybody else. Azra, you take 6. I'll give that to you, and everybody else evades. Okay. No, Dr. Helleth is here. She does not evade. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So, and right. Okay. You guys think that you need a little bit more strength here? Need a little
Or
bit more
we're going to need
force.
your fuse.
Say again?
Does Volric want to, flex some muscles?
I'm ready. I will go ahead and can I use my bonus action to grow at my giant's height?
Yeah, absolutely may. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll do that, and what's the best way for me to affect my strength against this?
Well, I'm gonna. I'm actually, I wrote this before we did this, and I said if somebody uses enlarge, that that you would be able to automatically succeed with the additional strength that you've got. So,
All right.
yeah, and I didn't even know I had a person in the party that could enlarge when I said that. So,
How perfect
Otherwise,
is
you
that?
wouldn't have really.
yeah. All right, but you are able to both use leverage with the haft of one of your weapons and your extra strength, and you are able to free the slabs as they're trying to pivot into place, and immediately the shaking stops. And there's no more earth sifting down, and very clearly this gate has been disabled.
All right, we got 2 down.
You kind of look at each other and you're waiting to see if something else is going to happen, and nothing does seem to happen. You think maybe the time at GaryCon served Sakim well.
All right, so let's read it again. It says, with the piercing gaze of the eyes. So we've done the water gate. Now we've done the one I couldn't figure out, which I'm assuming, since we didn't die, is the earth gate. So the channeling the unwavering strength. Now we have to ignite the passion within the burning heart. So now we have to shut down the fire gate. So we go back upstairs, I guess, and we figure out how to shut down the fire gate.
Oh, I was made for shutting down fire gates.
Okay.
Bring the super soaker. Bring the water hose. All the hoses.
Okay.
All right. So I guess that's where we're headed now.
Yeah, you don't know if you failed last time because you did it out of order or because you took the wrong actions or what. You just know that last time things didn't end well.
Well, we're just going to be positive, and we're doing it right now. That's what we're assuming. We're doing great, guys. This is fantastic. We'll be eating falafel in no time. So I guess we go play with fire now.
All right.
Does anybody have some kind of like disguise magic spell, and we can all wear like fire brigade helmets and wear like firefighters?
Especially if they're work and they're flame resistant. That would be excellent.
Yes.
All right.
So you make your way back up to the fire portal, fire gate. Okay. And so you're in the room. What do you want to actually, as you come back into the room, everybody give me a perception check again.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What exactly is it that you're doing when I keep asking you to make perception checks?
Well, it's like kind of holding it over that little rectangle and then dropping it. And I think it's just doing the low rolls, doing it that way, but I don't know any other way to do it. I mean, besides just double clicking on the thing.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help either. Not really.
No.
I'm just thinking Teek's distracted with the confectionery sculptures, which are awesome.
All right. So, Azra, between you and Sakim, you're able to notice that ash is constantly drifting down in here. Like it seems to come up out of the gate, but then is constantly, drifting down. Sakim, you note, after having noted previously about the mural, you're looking for something like this, and on the gate you notice that there's a carving of a heart on fire, and it shows ash pouring from it onto a flame.
Okay, so we need to get rid of some of the ash, I'm guessing.
Oh, and Volric quotes the one portion of the translated script. And he says, "Ignite the passion within the burning heart."
Yep.
That helps us.
So is that to ignite the gate? Does it look like, or to shut it?
It sounds like specifically that heart, because we see physically that heart.
Yeah.
Do we have? We've been talking about this already about having any fire powers. I guess we have. Yeah, we do have sacred flame.
Yeah, it's sure, firepower, sure.
So
Yeah,
I would
does
like-
radiant damage, but like I'll try it. Sacred flame.
I would like Azra to also make another nature check.
Rub some juju on this. Let's
She's coming in and she puts up all of her stuff and she's like coughing. It's death in here. Death room. Can't breathe.
relax. It's a sauna.
Saunas are great. Saunas are great. She'll admit saunas are great.
Okay.
That's as close to fire as she wants to get, a sauna.
So one of the things that you know, and actually I guess this is more like two things that you know, ash itself it can act as a suppressant because it can prevent air that's needed, oxygen that's needed, by a fire. It's part of the fuel that the fire has. The fire needs the wood, needs the fuel, or wood or coal, whatever. But it also needs the air, and it needs the heat, right? You can cover something that's burning up, and you can get rid of the flame. Okay.
Oh, so we can kind of douse the flame with the ash that we have here. That sounds good. Right? Does that sound like what he's talking about?
I mean, I was definitely all about using the hose in this whole room.
And there is that too. I mean,
But is the gate shut down because you need, passion? Do you need to use fire in order to shut it down, right? I mean,
I think we would need fire to turn it on. I think we're trying to turn it off, though. Is it on or off right now? Can we tell?
on. Yeah, it's on.
Okay, so we need to turn it off. Let's utilize the ash. Like make ash patties just all over the heart.
Well, if we add water to the ash, and we can make ash patties.
I like that.
Just a little water, and we fix everything.
I think it's a great plan. We make little mud pies out of ash and water.
Yes, mud pies. More mud pies. We love more mud pies.
Smoky mud pies.
Yes.
And onto the heart, like blah.
Hit it with a hose.
Give it the old clown fire.
Ash pancakes. Ash
We'll,
patties.
we'll start with one stream, and then slowly climb to 3 streams. But what we don't want to do,
It's cross.
okay, what we do not want to do is cross any of the streams. All right. So we're gonna need to get to 3. Actually, you know what? We're not doing a ritual. We need a new ritual for this room. So, man, fire rituals are really, really dicey, really complicated. I don't like doing.
Well, again, we're working away from fire. So we want the fire to go out.
So we're gonna need, obviously, we're gonna need the trident of water projection, the fire hose, as the main ingredient, the focus point of the ritual.
Let me ask Volric real quickly. Volric, how many more times are you able to do this?
I think Eric stepped away.
Oh, Eric did step away.
I think he said he was. I think he's already done with how many he can actually use the trident per day.
At least as many as times as needed. There he is.
Yes, but no, that's not the case. It has been used as many times as it could today. So.
We're gonna have to bring out the natural super soaker. Okay, I can create water. I can throw water at it all day long.
Well, add the ash, right? And then we make the ash patties and extinguish the heart with it.
Okay, if we're gonna make an ash patty, then we need to have this needs to be some kind of like a barbecue. So we need to have one person on the grill. All right, that would be. Is there the same kind of like altar-ish type deal?
Well, I'm pretty good at throwing things and being accurate with throwing things. So you could you can hand them to me and I'll be the server.
Well, if we treat the altar like a grill, right? We make ash patties on it, and then once you're done with the ash patty, right? Once you feed one, you throw it up to the person, and they spackle it, right? So we're going to need a spackler. That doesn't really go with the barbecue theme, but
I don't know what you'd be spackling it with. I mean, ketchup maybe?
ash patties.
Oh, I could throw the ash patties on the fire. I could do that.
Oh, here's the thing though. We do need condiments, so we could put. We have one person making the patties, right? Then you pass it to the person who's going to have to do the cutting of the hand thing, and I'll never understand why. When you have to do put blood on something, why do they always cut the middle of the meat of the hand? You're going to use that thing, hit it. You understand? Why do they always cut the meat of the hand? I'm like, you need that hand.
Too many vessels. Go with the back of the knuckle.
It's something I've always asked.
I get it when you're trying to be blood brothers or something where you're gripping each other's hands, right? That's one thing. But
I guess they always cut the hand. Right now, I was like, brother, that thing does this. It's going to take months for that to heal. You have to walk around like this.
I think it may have something to do with the level of self-sacrifice, not to get all litigious with you guys about.
I know, but I mean, maybe the top of the hand
and stuff. But I'm just saying,
just the top of the hand, a little nick right there. Just the top of the hand is going to heal faster. You put a Band-Aid on it. You can't put a Band-Aid in the middle of your hand.
You just need a drop or two. That'll do.
All right, I want to go back to each of you though, and ask you, exactly what you're going to be doing now. Okay, so you've obviously got some ideas that you've shared with the group, Azra. Teak, what is it you want to do?
Okay, so it looks like whatever we're doing seems like it goes through the elements of baking and making things, which Teak is great at. So I think Teak wants to just make a giant ash pile, sodden ash pile, kind of a deal, and just kind of dive bomb it onto the heart.
Okay. All right.
And I've been Teak's assistant before in a kitchen, so and I'm really good with my hands.
Well,
so
that's good because so Teak, what do we want to do for your role to create this ash patty, this massive ash patty that we're talking about? Skill check. Let's see.
Well, we could do acrobatics. We could make it into like a real thing where he's like, or acrobatics for the dive bombing.
Maybe like a pizza instead. We keep saying patty, but what about we spin it like a pizza? That's acrobatics, right? Yeah.
Because it is food, which is your thing. We'll go with Dex. We'll go with so it will be an acrobatics roll because it'll have both your Dex and your proficiency bonuses in it. So that's fine. But this is not an acrobatics roll. This is I'm instructing everybody how to artfully create something in the kitchen. Okay. So I need that from you. And then I need a sleight of hand check to help make sure that it is put in the exact right place from Sakim. Okay?
I can do that. I can do that.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh, come on! That was a 16. Sorry, y'all. That was very loud, and I did not.
31. Maybe if it wasn't built perfectly, maybe just placement made up for it.
All right. So as a matter of fact, it's also not a terribly difficult task, even though it might have been difficult to do it as artistically as Teak would have liked. And Teak, you feel like, well, it wasn't your best concoction ever, but you feel like maybe this will work. And Sakim, you take that thing and you lay it on there in just the right spots, so that basically where all of the heat is being given off seems to have been covered up. Now, it doesn't stop heat from being given off, but it definitely ends up covering it up. Okay. Let's see. So Sakim, as you lay this on there, you see some cracks starting to form in the patties that have surrounded it, and so you feel like you need to go one more time with what you've got available to you, what ash slurry you've got available to you again, and so I need another sleight of hand check from you.
Come on, big money.
No.
Oh.
Smalls. All right. So, Teak, you absolutely lay it in just the right spots, and you guys are standing there watching this gate as you do notice that both the light and the heat diminish to almost nothing. All right. So this is actually where I want us to pause for this session.
Okay.
And as we get ready to say our goodbyes and whatnot, just one more time, if you don't mind, Sakim, tell us what you think is next on the list.
Hold on, let me look at the thing again.
Yep.
Oh, I'm afraid I'd taken this out of order if he's asking this question.
You
All
think
right.
you've gotten it right with the water, and then the earth, and then the fire. And
Water,
so now,
earth, fire, and then
Yep.
let's see what we got next.
let the wings of
The piercing gaze of the eyes, so that was the water.
Yep.
By process of elimination, we were saying the channel of the unwavering strength of the arm was the earth. A night of passion was the fire, which we've now put that out. The next is going to be let the wings of the mind carry to new heights. So I'm going to guess that's air. Anybody else have any other ideas?
That makes sense.
Because nothing else really looks like it's air. Because then we have, after that, we have illuminate the path with the radiant mind's eye, which I'm guessing is the light path, or the light gate. And then explore the depths of the umbral core, which I'm guessing is the dark gate. And then the final one is going to be the void, which I'm guessing is the null gate.
Yeah. Almost by default.
So yeah, as long as we were correct in guessing the second one was Earth, which seems like it was, and then wind's going to be the next one.
Hey.
Do we have any giveaways today, or did we already do that?
We've been doing them while we've been playing. So
we
Ladybird's
did
been taking
giveaways.
care of us, making sure that everything was done the way that it needed to be done. Yep.
That's because Lady Bird's the boss, man. She's
Yep.
awesome.
So 2 more minutes for the final giveaway, which really is just enough time for all of us to tell each other what we got going on, and make sure that any other messages you want to share with anybody, you're able to do. So I think that Markia, you are up first today. So tell us what you got going on, and anything else you need to share.
Hey, y'all. So I'm at Markia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. You possibly know me as a D&D in a castle DM. So we'll be doing that summer this year, 2025. And what a year it's been, y'all. What a year it's been. All my tables are sold out, but I will be doing other things with D&D in a castle. They do other stuff like conventions and the such like that. So go ahead and follow me on popular medias. The ones that aren't complete dumpster fires, like Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitch. I'm at Darth Markia on Twitch, and then also on TikTok if you want to check me out there. Anything that I'm doing, there's a bunch of stuff that I can't talk about right now, but anything that I'm doing, I'm going to post on those first. So yay!
Awesome. All right.
I'm going to knock it over to Azra.
I am looking forward to our next game of the Nine Realms, and that's about it. that is what I'm looking forward to.
Yep. All right, sweet. Eric, what do you got going on?
Yeah, so I'll mostly be hanging out in my game room, so I'll put my home address in chat. No. Yeah, just this wonderful show when you guys have it. Hanging out with you guys is always a blast. And if you like dumb puns and fantasy stuff, the collusion of those things are Dad Jokes and Dragons on TikTok. I do have an Instagram and am on Facebook, but I don't populate that space as much. But that's it. Otherwise, you'll have to see me next time.
Awesome. All right, and Bart?
So I'll be here next week on the other side of the DM screen. Next week we'll be doing the Okkorim homebrew with my crew. And then the following week we'll be having Jared, who played Azra, will be doing his Nine Realms campaign. And then we'll be back here for the Okkorim proper for the Chentoufi Chronicles. But other than that, I'm one of the founding members of Chaotic Good Gaming. I really enjoy, spending time here working with the Gary Con Live channel, both as a player and as a DM. You can find me on most socials as Alien Anti-Hero. So please feel free to hit me up anywhere.
Fantastic. All right. So next week is which one?
Next week, I believe, is me and doing the Okkorim homebrew.
Okay. All right. That's great. That's all we need to necessarily say right now, too. We'll figure out exactly what works because I really want to get back to Jared's game too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I have all the players I need to. So I mean, we can figure that out. And if we need to shuffle, we can shuffle. So.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. I just want to give a good shout out to the guys over at Troll Lord Games. They just finished up big Kickstarter. It's the Castle Zagig Kickstarter, and they were right at 600,000 for that, and they made sure that everybody got all of the 600,000 and the other stretch goals that were right above there as well. So definitely very generous for them on doing that, and it's also just such a great project too. It's going to have dungeon and setting and a ton of other things too. So definitely something that if you didn't get in on the original, I said Kickstarter, but it was backer kit officially, right? So, but if you didn't get in on the original backer kit, I'm sure that it will be open soon for you to actually pick up the product with the next phase too. So, congratulations to Troll Lord Games and to Luke and to the entire Gygax family. That was something that that Gary had created, and Jeff Talanian was involved in one of the iterations, but definitely Steven and all the Troll Lord Games guys were involved in a lot of the other early creation of it as well too. So, and they did a stream on Troll Lord's Twitch channel until they were done with it, and we learned all sorts of things about people's best stories, with the castle or with, dungeons or, creatures or other things like that. It was actually a really fun thing. So anyway, just congratulations to them. Really appreciate it. And we really look forward to seeing everybody. If you're either seeing Markia or myself, it'll probably be on Wednesday. Me Wednesday. Markia, what's the next day you're streaming? Do you know? You're on mute.
Are you muted? Muted,
yeah,
I think.
You're muted, Markia.
Of course I am. Why would that was a power move.
Got our attention. It was
That's what
move.
yeah.
Do you know when you're
You
streaming
fell
next?
for fell for my trap. It will be this week. The tech stuff has been all figured out and everything. So
Okay.
yes, the relaunch now is happening. So if you want to click Darth Markia and then just like follow, you'll know exactly when it happens, which will be probably as soon as later today or tomorrow. We shall
And
see.
yeah,
Also, I just want to give a quick shout out and to feel better to Alicia Marie, who is recovering from being sick, and that is why she's not here with us for today. But she's sorry that she missed this. She loves playing and Chentoufi with us.
that's
In
right.
Okkorim, the world of Okkorim.
That's right. All right. Well, listen, everybody, thank you very much. We love getting together again. We love doing GaryCon. We love being part of this community. You all make it a fantastic community, and we really, really appreciate it. So we will see you either on our other socials later this week or a week from today, right back here. Thanks, everybody. Bye, y'all.
Take care.
You hit the right button.
Oh, who are we rating, by the way? Are we going to rate?